This is the farmhouse where I grew up, where my father grew up, where my grandfather grew up, where my great-grandfather grew up. The main house was built in 1860. We got electricity in 1943 with the Rural Electrification Act. And now what I am doing is I'm removing the majority of the 1960 updates and reverting the era back to somewhere between 1920 and 1950. I'm going to show you each room in the order that I did them years ago. While I am no more of a carpenter or a designer than any member of my family has ever been, I'm doing it to suit me and my tastes. The hot wall started with a simple drawing, having the cooktop cantilever off the wall with storage space under it, and then two slide-out wire shelves that would be heavy enough to hold all the cookware. In this case, I used cast iron. So I ran a brand new half-inch propane line, and when it came through the floor, I put a shut-off and then the yellow flex line. And then per the drawing, I built the cantilever out of rough cut lumber and hung it on the wall. And then just like the wet wall countertop, I built the cooktop countertop out of 3/4 plywood. And then I test fitted the base of the cooktop. And then I started building the backsplash, the various pieces that were going to be skinned in stainless and would cover the back wall behind the cooktop. And this is the cooktop base ready for skinning in stainless. And here it is in stainless. And then with the stainless in place, I started working on the supports for the two shelves that would be under the cooktop. And here you can see the supports for the wire shelves. And then I plumbed the cooktop and fired it for the first time. And as you can see, the wire shelves are also installed. Here you see the wire shelves in operation. Notice how far you can pull them out. And then I got the bright idea, since we had gas right there on the floor under the cooktop, that it wouldn't be too much work to install a Humphrey gas light over top of the cooktop for when the power goes out. Here you can see that I've run the line, the 1/8 copper line, down through the wall, down to the floor. And at the floor I installed a T and another shutoff. And here is the Humphrey gas light base attached to the 1/8 copper, ready to be screwed to the wall. And here is the assembled Humphrey gas light. And here it is lit. You get about 65 watts of light, incandescent equivalent. Then we installed 4 more base cabinets. The 2 wood ones are Sherrich, like the wet wall, and the other 2, the blue ones, are of the vintage of the blue cabinets over the wet wall. And here is the 7-foot countertop ready for skinning in stainless. And here is the 7-foot stainless countertop ready for installation on top of the cabinets. This is after installation and gone over with the Scotch-Brite pad to turn it into satin. And here you can see another piece of stainless that we wrapped that big beam that was directly behind the cooktop. And we used stainless steel looking caulk to cover the gaps of all the grooves from the multi-piece stainless. And here we filled the gap between the cooktop stainless and the 7-foot piece of stainless. And that is how we built the hot wall.